Hello folks and welcome back to Sim Airport. Last time we greatly expanded this airport, but it doesn't look like we did a lot. But basically we added on this whole shopping center, we went through and added some first class lounges, we built on a whole bunch, and we're starting to work on our second level. We have a long way to go to kind of really design and build a whole lot more here. So we're going to take some time to do that today and see exactly what's going on. But right now, I want to pay attention to make sure that we're not maxing out our current capacity, which it looks like we're getting a little close to. And we just need to get some cash to be able to build all this stuff up. Because if we go over into our grant area, and I believe it's in our investing area, I think. Yeah, see, we just need to not take any loans for 7 days. Because I would love to take some loans. We could take a loan out for $2.5 million for 3 to 5%. That's amazing. I don't know if you've seen interest rates lately, but 3 to 5% for anything, even like $1, seems reasonable at this time. So it's kind of interesting to kind of go through and get all of that. But we have some area over here to work with, and I'm kind of curious about what we can do at that spot. And then this area over here is also going to have to deal with some things. But I also want to purchase land, and we have a lot of expansion. There's just a lot to do, and I'm not sure the best way to approach it right now. I think we just need to, one, wait for some cash, and two, we need to get this area filled up first. But I think how I want to approach this, and I might backtrack a little bit here. What I'm thinking right now is that this second floor, when people come into our door, there's going to be escalators or stairs or whatever to get them upstairs. Once they get upstairs, I'd like the ticketing area to be in this general vicinity, and also the security area to be in this general vicinity. Once we have that established, they need to head out to their gates. And I want to purchase this area over here eventually, so that once we have that part purchased, we can start building some second floor gates, and we can kind of then transfer all of these, we can transfer these guys over to there, and then once they're over here, we'll build this one in and get rid of those and build some more. I think that's where I want to be, but I'm open to suggestions about how I should approach this. I really love when all the planes come in kind of queued up and in sync. Like we have all 5 gates fully booked right now, and we're doing a good job. Let's go over, I think it's in, is it here or is it in our finances? I forget where it's at. Finances and perfect ops. Yeah, you can see we've had perfect ops. We're on day 23 right now, we're on 24, but their prediction is that we're going to get that bonus as well, which is $72,000, which if you take a look at our total income, that's a significant portion. It's not counted into any of that number, but an extra $72,000, I'll take that every day of the week. So we have to kind of decide a couple things. One, we're building this area on, which is fine. It's going to take forever. So my kind of desire here is to add on more of these guys. The problem is they're $250 an hour. That's crazy money. So when I go in, oh, I'm sorry, for total. Okay, I've made that mistake. So that's actually not too bad. That we can actually, they're 25 bucks an hour. These guys are $40 an hour. Security's expensive. Holy crap. These guys are cheaper, not bad, cheap. Okay. I'm sorry. I made some mistakes there. What I think I might also want to do is add on some more of our salespeople to hopefully be able to sell more to the airlines. Because you see, we have stuff slowly popping up, like Union Air is giving us, but that's a small plane. It fits 19 people. That's not what I want. I want big planes, or at least 737s, not 747s. We can't do that yet. But there's some decisions we need to make, some things we need to do in order to get that to happen. So I think we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 12 total office spaces that we can go through and add on. These are admin staff, I believe. We have all of these people hired. So let's add on some more. Let's just bring it up to 12 total. And you'll see them pop into these spaces in a moment, I think. There we go. Here they come. We still have some ones open. Let's go over here and see what we have. So, do we have anybody working with these airlines is the question. So WestJet, do we have anybody working with WestJet? No. So we're going to go to the very bottom of the list and assign somebody to work with WestJet. And then we're going to go Aerotime, which I don't know. Oh, we do have a rep with Aerotime. How about with... No. How do I unhide stuff? I didn't mean to hit hide. Okay. All right, Pacific or Airtime Pacific. We have a rep there. Okay. How about a Ford Air? No, we need a rep for them. So we're gonna assign somebody there. How about Juno? Nope, we don't have anybody there. So we're gonna get the next one assigned. And I don't honestly know what the end goal is here, or how much this really affects what we're doing. But I just want to make sure that we have at least some people assigned to these roles so that we can improve our airline interest score and that we can get more people. Because you can see, like, before Union Air had nobody, and then Starflight does have people, and it's a significant difference there. So let's go through and see what we can do here. Those guys are all taken, so we'll assign you. That I don't like that there's not an easy way for me to see some of these things. This airline, I don't think we have anybody for. You can see they run all 707s, 67s, 87s, 777, and a 47. Yeah, those are all planes that we cannot service yet, but might as well establish a relationship with them right now so that hopefully down the road we can do so and kind of get some more stuff going here. Okay, so Smart Air Lux. I don't know what the extra E is on there for. Learyville, you already have a rep. You already like us a lot. How about Galactic Point? What are you flying? 87s, A350s, A380s. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. So there are some big old airlines that we have no ability to really do much with. And then all of these people are available to do things for us, which is great. So we don't have enough stuff for some of these. SparkJet? What do you fly? Oh, SparkJet flies planes that we can do stuff with. All right, let's hire the other 4 people. Fill those last spaces. And then hopefully, there we go. We'll go back up. And you can see our numbers going up. We're at 69%. Nice. And, oh, we have some other planes here that we don't have. Super Alliance and Star Connect. Interesting. All right, but SparkJet, we can definitely assign people to. We have that one. And Galactic Point, we need somebody with that as well. All right, and that should improve our airline interest. I wish there's a way to see the overall like trend of that, but there's not. Ooh, we got nighttime flights. We can do an afternoon flight. We have rooms for 1 afternoon, and we need some. Ooh, look at this. Just by adding some stuff on there, it's the A320. That's what we need. A Ford Air. Yeah, we got a morning one. All right, so Ford Air, we can deal with you there. We got a Juno Connect afternoon. Yeah. All right. Got you that can go right there. We got one more morning option, which we're not going to take right now. But again, we're slowly building our capacity on here. It's not a lot right now, but it's slowly building in to be more, which is what I want. You can see our money has gone up. It's doubled since we started this video. That's good. And we have this big blank area above here that we've done some work with, which again is great. So our daily income now is down a little bit. It was 170, now it's at 152, but that's okay. We'll get there. And yeah, we have some land options and some other options. The question is, do we build on this area here? So that's going to cost us 114. Okay, we'll deal with that. And you can go up to a 3rd level. You can see that this is ground level. Below we have our baggage. There's another level below that if we wanted to. And then if we're at ground level, we go up 1, we have this current setup. But if we go up 1 more, you can see there's a 3 here on the right-hand side. You can get a 3-level terminal. I was on the internet today, shocking, and I saw a little kind of meme-y kind of thing that basically had different airport designs, and basically they're all 2-level except for like your very smallest airports where you go out on the stairs and kind of do things. But it was kind of fun to look at because pretty much every airport, if you think about it, is a 2-level airport. You get on the plane generally, again, I've been to other places where this doesn't happen, but for the most part, you get on the plane off the jetway, you're up in the air, and then all the baggage stuff goes below where you're at. So like what we're looking at now, in theory, would be a baggage area for the trucks and all of the things. It's just not like that in this game because it's just not set up that way. That's one thing I would love to change about this game. I know when we started this series, I talked about things that I'd like to change or do or see about this game. These hangars are cool, but I'd love the ability to put them inside of down here so that they could access the tarmac underneath. I think that would be really neat and fun and easy to do as far as the concept goes. I have no idea about programming or anything like that, but concept-wise, I think it would be pretty easy to do that in there and get that set up. I'd also really, really love to see a couple of other things with this game. And now is as good a time as any is because we're waiting on getting some cash. But the ideas that I'd like to do or see that done with this game really come down to a couple of key areas. I'd like to see us have the ability to deal with cargo planes. Right now, everything is baggage based, but there's no ability to deal with cargo planes. And every airport I've ever been to that is a international-ish kind of plane or airport has the ability, they have cargo terminals, have things set up like that. International terminals, we don't have any ability to really segregate or set up international versus domestic. If we go into our building stuff here and I go to parking, is that what it is? You see we have parking lot and a small parking lot. It has no impact on the game. There's no ability or interest in the game allowing you to let people park or not park. So I'd like to see that. And the final, well, not the final thing, but the final thing I'll talk about right now is emergencies. You can see this airport has no fire. It has police as far as security go, but like, what happens if there's a plane that needs attention? The hangars are for baggage cars. They're not for planes to go in to get repaired. Like if I was a hub for a major airline, they would have hangars where they could do repairs and stuff. And I think that would be a fun thing to put onto this game. So this game has been something I've played for years. I really, really, really dig this game. I can't express that enough. I don't want to dump on the game. I really do like this game a lot. I've played lots of different versions of how to approach this game. And I've been successful and not successful in lots of different ways. But I think if there was just a few more layers in here, this game really gets more playable and more fun. And kind of really fits a lot of things. I know this is kind of on the same ends as a Prison Architect top-down kind of game. I love those style games. It's just very fun for me. It fits all the parts of my brain that make things happy. It does that. But I think there's some spots for this to go in. And I'm just talking as we're waiting on our money to come in. You can see that we have all of our people going through the various things. And eventually here, we can assign these to certain gates, or we can also assign them to certain airlines. So that's also fun. Once we get a little farther along, we're going to be able to really specialize and do a lot of stuff. This baggage area is eventually going to have to be expanded. It's not big enough. We're eventually going to add, we have 5 gates right now. I'd eventually like to add on 3 more here, or potentially even bump this out so that we can get a total of 10 gates in this area. I don't know if that's a realistic goal, but it's something that I'd like to do, and we'll see what happens with that. Our interest is up to a 70%, and you can see Learyville is adding on more flights. We have a morning flight from SparkJet, which is going to be a 737. We'll accept that. And now I think our timetable is full. So as long as we have our planes coming in and leaving on time, which I think we'll be fine with for a little while, knock on wood, we're going to be all right. So we're going to continue to slowly but surely add on space here. And you can see our workers are working. And the nice thing is we don't have a lot of money. Like, we can't go through and add this whole area on right now. So we're just taking a little bit of time to go through and do that. And hopefully that will pay off for us here down the road. Again, this game is... it's not like City Bus Manager where it's a slow burn, but it's a super slow burn. There's always stuff happening here. It's fun to watch. There's things going on. You can click on any of these people and you can just follow them around and see what they're up to, which is always fun. But there's just some things that are kind of fun little magic parts of this game that I really, really enjoy. While we have a little bit of cash here, let's go over and take a look at our zones and see what we have. So we do not have an arcade. It needs to be 4x4, but I think we could add on an arcade, a conference room. This is one that I don't understand really with this game. We have meeting between airline executives and they can improve communication, but I don't understand how they're really used. Flight lounge or a crew lounge. That's cool. But again, I don't know where we're at with that. And then a visitor reception area that allows airline executives to... Okay, so they're able to go through that and get into special spots. We'll figure that out later down the road. My idea here is eventually this area that's all for our offices right now, for our sales rep, that's going to move up to the 3rd floor. So we have that. This area will become an additional baggage spot. We need to hopefully add on 3 up to 5 more baggage terminals or carousels here. These guys are going to stay the same. And we'll add those guys going upstairs, and then we can kind of do the conference rooms and all the other special stuff that we'll figure out down the road. But our people are liking us. We're up to 92%, which I'm happy with. Let's see, where can we figure out? There are 10 passengers who are very unsatisfied, and 11 who are also very unsatisfied. I don't understand the numbers there. Hunger is okay. Information, rest is good. Boredom. So maybe putting in some arcade zones here will help with boredom as we continue to build up here. All right, so let's go try building an arcade, see what happens. I say I've played this game, but it's changed so much over time that I don't remember how this game actually exists for a lot of things. So I think we're gonna do that, and then we can go in and we can look up arcade. And let's add on some arcade games. Alright, and then we have some pin or driving games. Cool. Get some pinball in there. Not that one, not that one, that one. There we go. And that's there because it doesn't have at least one arcade game. All right, let's speed the game back up here. This is where I keep the game most of the time. And depending on how we do here, you're going to see that if you make little mistakes in this game, things fall apart very, very quickly. So we'll explore that. Hopefully we won't have to explore it too much, but we will explore it down the road here. But we're going to dismantle all of those walls because we don't need them, and this wall area is going to get wiped out. And how much can we put on there? There we go. We're slowly filling that out. And the boxes are put in place. Let's just change the hopefully that will get going here real soon so we can get that one set up, and then the boredom number I think is going to go down. Right now it's 69%, nice. But we need to go through and get that set up. The bladder, hunger, information, thirst. Let's take a look. Why is information so low? Oh, well, it's low because we don't have a lot of good stuff there. So let's go to info boards. Let's add on some big old signs here. Add on some big old signs here. And then we'll just throw some in that spot. There we go. Get some bins in there. And what was that other info one? This guy here. Flight info kiosk. It's a very small area here, but why not? Let's add one on right there. We'll see if people use it. Alright, we can turn that off. Hopefully that number will go up once it actually gets built. And we're taking a look here. They are slowly but surely building on all of the things that we need to have. How much more money do we need to build this whole thing out? Well, 600,000-ish? It's not too bad. Let's take a look at our grants. I wish there was a way to track how many days you were in, because I don't know. This one costs money up front, and then you get a return or you lose money. But we did complete this one. Airline services, we still need the bigger airline gates, which we're not doing. Airport efficiency, what do we got here? 2 runways, okay. And maximizing profit. Alright, boom, we got that one done. Having that profit of at least $50,000. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, so we're just not going to spend any money today. And hopefully we'll be able to get through that $50,000. No problem. I expect that won't be a big deal. But we're making $188,000 a day. At least right now. We have a little rainstorm going on, which is fun. And we can see that people are enjoying the arcade parts of our game, or our airport, and the boredom is up to, or we did increase or reduce the boredom stuff, so that's good. Frustration, 97%. I don't know if that's good or bad. That number doesn't make sense to me. Is it like 97% of people are frustrated, or 97% of people are not frustrated? That's... Ooh, we got some money. Where did we get all that money from? Did we get a grant? No, we still didn't get that. I don't know where all that money came from. Maximizing profit. Nope, we're on that one right now. Okay. Not sure where all that came from, but let's go in. Ooh, we got that needs to go away. And foundation-wise, we can knock out a rather large area. And we're slowly but surely getting ready to expand this airport. We have some problems we need to address, though. We need to, once this is all built, we're going to have to spend a ton of money to get it all up to speed, one. And then we also have this big land purchase area, which will be our first land purchase that we've done since we've started this. So that's going to be, it's going to be something we need to take a look at. Our transport capacity is starting to bump up against some of these things. That's like over here. But we're never kind of riding the line for a lot of these. But let's go take a look at the research and see what we got here. Okay. So we're doing okay with all that stuff. What is this guy? Light rail transit. So let's go over to build. And if I type in light rail transit, there it goes. LRT. It's almost $200,000, but we can put 3 of them. But if you take a look here, we can kind of smack that in there, and then the trains will hopefully stop. We just need to have a lot of money to do that, which we most definitely do not have right now. So we're going to go through and hopefully be able to generate some more cash and get all of this stuff established and done. But I'm real happy with where we're at right now. I do want to get bigger planes and all of that, but all of the bigger ones, if we go over into build and objects, the extra large gates are all require floor 2. We have a remote one, which I have not explored remote buses. So if I go, let's go remote. We have a remote bus pickup, and then remote gates for all 3 different sizes, large, small, and medium. So if I click on this guy, can I not? Okay. So assign vehicles, add. So we can do a bus. I don't understand the hourly cost. And then we also have fuel trucks that we have to eventually address in getting a fuel system here. But that's discussion for another time. So we're doing our job slowly but surely. Let's dismantle all of this stuff. And we have $160,000. I'm not going to spend that. Let's just take a look and see what we have as our remaining amount here. So we're down to 300, almost $400,000. So we're almost halfway to our goal with getting that. And then we can really, really expand what we're doing. We also need to get rid of these dumb little planes. And our airline interest went down. That's not good. Why did it go down? Pacific wants A320. How many flights do we have with some of these airlines? So Learyville. What happens? How do I negotiate a deal? Oh, 8 flights to get the negotiation deal. We have 6. Okay, we'll figure that out. I don't remember. That's a newer part of this game that I haven't played as deeply. So we'll have to play with that a little bit. But I hate these little planes. I hate them so much. Like, you should never have a 19 passenger plane sitting next to a passenger plane that can sit 100 and plus people. Like, it's crazy. These guys, yes. The Dash 8s, yes. These things, the Beechcraft, no. Those are not real commercial planes in my opinion. These, at least you see city jumpers going like in the Northeast, like you see those planes all over the place. But beyond that, they don't make a lot of sense to me. All right, maximizing profit. That's the last one we have, so we should be able to do that and have all of that cash. And we're over halfway through getting our balance here to the point where we can build that last little bit here. The better question is, instead of doing that, do we spend that money on saving up for that land? And then I'd also like to research, especially advanced security. That one's really fun. It allows you to spend a lot less on all of these people because you can assign these bag scanners to be remotely scanned, and one security guard can efficiently handle 5 of those. So you're getting rid of 4 security guards for the cost, which is awesome. We're overnight here. Let's take a look and see, did we pass that grant? Did we do our money here? Not yet. Again, I'd like to have a little bit more intel on these about what we're doing, especially this one. Like, oh, did we do that? Okay, we did wait our 7 days. This one is, we're not going to do that one right now. And then we have another one that wait for 19 days. That's a lot. All right, but we did get our cash for that initial part. We're up to $78,000 that we got for all of that. We have some more airlines interested in us. Thank you for the interest. And you can see they want to send some big planes. And one of the things you can do here is you can see the airlines or the airplanes. It has the runway length. So like we can fit all of these, but once we get up to 707s, they require a large gate, and they also require a much longer runway. These guys, again, require a large gate and a longer runway. So I think we can get to the 150 here. Yeah, we can build the 150 without expanding the airport at all, which is kind of fascinating, honestly. And then we need to be able to get the large aircraft gate. The nice thing about the large aircraft gate is they don't take up any more space. So let me rotate it over. They don't take any additional space from what we already have, which is great. The only thing they do require is second floor access. And these guys, if we click on them, we can upgrade those to second floor access as well. We're just not going to do that right now. But down the road, that's something we can do. And hopefully we can be successful at. We got our maximizing profits. There we go. So it did measure it in 24 hours. Awesome. Let's go ahead and build on the last bit of our work there. So foundation, hover over all that. And now we can start really setting up the next round of this airport. I'm very excited to kind of move forward with some of this stuff. It's just going to require a little planning of how we want to do this. Because like for this functioning ticketing area, if we want this ticketing area to move upstairs, we still need to route the baggage, which is annoying. So we get to figure that out, so we can get that attached to the rest of the baggage system. And then once that's set up, we also need to figure out how to get people up here. There's a lot to still work on. So I'm also going to go over to research. I want to go to escalators. It allows one-way escalators between floors, which is great. Not going to deal with one-way paths or taxiways or runway intersections. We don't have any need for that stuff yet. And we did all of the property stuff. Aviation ops, we'd only have one runway, so that's not going to really do much for us. But I am intrigued. There's lots of options out there for how we set this up. And I should tell you that I love airplanes. I love airports. I love all this stuff. So this hits all the right parts of my brain when I want to try to figure stuff out. It's just, again, a little bit of a slow burn. You have to afford stuff, and I could take out a loan. I think I could afford even a bigger loan right now. 2.5 million. Nope, but only 2.5 million. But our interest rate is 1 to 3%. That's hilarious. We can see that we are fantastic on all this. Profit loss, we continue just to make money. Cash flow graph, this day we spent a lot of money. We spent almost $1 million on that day, but that's okay. We can do that. And then once we get this built up, we run into a lot more options once we do this. But we do need to figure out the second story on here and all of that, which is it's going to take a little work to get optimized for what we need to do. Alright, and we can't remove this area of walls because there's nothing there yet. It doesn't let you build exterior walls without having stuff there. But we are slowly but surely moving along here, and we can halfway afford this new parcel here, which is I think where I want to go. I think the play here is to build on an additional area. And then once we have that area, we'll transfer all the flights from here over to there and kind of move forward. I'd also like to start canceling a lot of these smaller planes. I just don't want them. They just don't bring a lot of money for us. 19 people is not enough to warrant an entire gate for, regardless of how long they're on the ground. It doesn't warrant what I want to do. So we're going to build this area in. We'll remove these walls. Then we're going to take this whole area and add on a whole bunch of windows. This area is going to be our new ticketing area up here. We'll add a bathroom somewhere in this area, and then we'll have our big security area once we have all of the new parts of that researched, I think is the plan here. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll find out. I don't know. And I may want to get one-way road set up here so that they have to come in here and go through this way. I don't know. I'd love to have, like, once we built this on, I'd love to have this come down here and you have to go up this way and out, and then I don't know. I have to think about that more, about how we're going to set that up. But look at this. We're so close to having this thing ready to roll. I'm incredibly excited for how close we are for that part of this. And then once we have that part, we can really, hopefully, move this airport into another realm. Alright. Oh, come on, guys. You're so close. There we go. That whole area is now established. And I'm just going to come down here. There we go. And get our windows set up. Flooring wise, we're going to have to figure that out. And we're going to add in some new doors. Because they line up, we're going to be able to just smack these doors in there like that. But I'm only going to worry about those three, not these two, because eventually we want to do the extra large gates for these guys. So I'm not going to worry about building these because this area of taxiway is going to come out. These are going to get bigger. And when we go over into the extra large, you can see that they don't line up the same as the other ones, whereas the large aircraft gates line up perfectly with what we have. So that's good, but we need to figure out what we're doing exactly with that stuff. We're probably gonna have to add a new kitchen, a new cafe, a whole bunch of stuff up here to kind of establish these. And I don't know if this big area is necessary or if I could have just kept this as like a kind of a corridor and all the people are down here. I don't know what the best approach is. I really don't. But we're moving on here, and we're getting all this stuff set up. So, well, let's go over and take a look. So that guy's there, and if we bring it over, all right, it's going to be right in line. So you can use the planning tool here to kind of help map out some things. So I have that as going to be the edge of that, and when we go back to the large gate, if we take a look, it's about 2 over. So let's go back to planning here. We'll do those 2, and I just want to kind of, the reason I'm doing this, and I'm sorry I'm not explaining this well, I want to see where the door is going to line up. So it's actually going to be 3 over from that. Okay. So if we do this, I'm just going to make a big box there. If we go to objects and then back here, you can see that that's going to be where the door needs to line up. So going back to planning, we can just bring that straight on down, and then we can go to doors, get our large sliding door, and we'll put it right there. Maybe not. Okay, it's not letting me do it right now. But what that does is tells me where the security area needs to exist. So let's go to security. And let's take a look here at what we need to have. So we know we need to have a bag scanner. We know we need to have a metal detector, or we have the body scanner as well. There's no difference. This one's 5,100, and if we go to this one, it's $2,800. There's no difference between them, so I don't understand that part of this game, but I digress. But I can put in a whole bunch of these going down. So let's... I like the look of the body scanners better, so, and I like the little arrows on top, which really help me figure out where things are supposed to go. So we're just gonna, this whole area is gonna be blanketed by body scanners. Alright. So then we can go in and do the remote bag scanner, I think. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, what that tells me is we need to have 4 of these guys, so we'll set them up. Let's do it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ID checking stands. Boom, 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 boom. We're just gonna have that all go down. Alright, and then we can set up our security area to be all of that. And actually, I don't want it to be all of that. We're going to clear out this area here, so that's not part of, or excuse me, zones. That's not all security, just this area here. And then we have the cloning tool, right? So we can grab the cloning tool, rotate those. Alright, let's dismantle that and dismantle that. And then I can place those there. Awesome. I'm happy with that. That just gets us a bathroom that's out of the way. And then we can add on. And remote security stand can go there and there. Okay, cool. I think that will all work. And then we're going to go into flooring. I like the black floors for security. I don't know why. It just makes me feel like it's just visually what I've always done with this game. I think it looks nice and it just works for me. And then you can see it already put the floors in for this one, which is awesome. And then we can put in something else for this whole area, which is going to be just dedicated to check-in. So get all of that placed in like so. Oh, we need to identify. So, female and male restroom. There we go. And they just don't have it being, it's not reachable right now because we don't have stairs, which is fine. I don't care about that right now. All right. So I'm doing a lot of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense if you haven't played this game. But really what I'm trying to do is just set up a place where we can do all of the baggage checking, all of that work. But also we're going to be able to handle just a ton of people through here, because the idea here is that we're going to be able to take some bigger planes. These are all going to be large gates. And if we go over into the airline interest area and let's go to somebody that takes bigger planes, like this takes 250 people. Compared to our 737, 140, that's a massive change. Even if we take on a 707, it's 40 more people. And if you multiply that by multiple gates, you're dealing with a lot of different stuff. We're going to quickly grow. And if we don't have the capacity to handle that growth, it can be a real problem for us. So that's kind of where my brain's at with all of this. Let's go over to the gates. Gate agents here. Instead of 2, we're going to do, not that one. We're going to do 3 per area here. And again, the method to the madness here is that we'll be able to put in seating through all of this and be able to serve a lot of these areas way better. But we need to have some cash to do that. So we're getting there with the cash part of the problem. I love the Union Air. I like the livery that they have on these. These are nice too. Aerostar. One of the funny things of this game is some of the planes have changed colors over time. As far as like Aerostar used to look different. Union Air I think was pretty much close to that color. Aerotime was definitely not that color. I think it was a red one, and a Ford Air was a different color as well. They look nicer now, and in the mod community, you can download real airlines and add them on. I just have never done that. But there's lots of cool options that you can do with the game and kind of make some stuff that looks better and more customizable for what you may or may not want to do. So we're got 2 of those completed. Airline efficiency again. We have some of these we have like, ooh, fuel systems. We don't have that yet. Oh, but that allows us to do the overnight flights. So if you look at our scheduling here, we have EAM, so extra AM or early morning. We don't have those yet because we haven't unlocked that. So that's good. Airline efficiency or airport efficiency, excuse me. 2 runways. Okay, we'll get there. We kind of could put one here if we move this ATC tower somewhere else, but I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. You can see that this area is slowly but surely getting built up, and I want to build a massive ticketing area. You can see that we have only 4 or 5 gate agents right now. I want to build a lot more capacity in there for that to happen. But it's going to be, again, just like everything in this game, it's a slow burn. But folks, I think that's going to wrap us up here for today. You can see that we have this massive security area that's going to go on. We have a lot of stuff that's coming our way, but we have some things we need to do before we get there. So join me next time for, hopefully we're going to really just blow this up and do a whole bunch of work. But we need to wait for our workers to put in all the floors and do all the work there. And then we need to be able to afford some more land. So folks, thanks for joining me. I will see you in the next one, and you have a good one. Bye-bye.